Danny Dawson was the designated driver. Danny Dawson was the designated driver who drove drunk. Because she drove drunk, the young girl is dead. Vanessa Sullivan is that young girl. She was someone who was full of life, full of hope. She dreamed of becoming an attorney like her mother. She spoke with her father. He would tell you about her smile and how it could light up a room. I wish that we could spend a day talking about Vanessa's life. But we're here today to talk about her death. September 24th, 2010. It was Vanessa's 21st birthday. She wanted to go to a bar with her friends, Danny and her friend Taylor Hobson. And that day, Danny, she made a promise. She made a promise to Vanessa to be the designated driver. She made a promise not to drink. But you're going to learn today that that was a promise she could not keep. The defendant, she got to the bar early in the afternoon. She sat down. She started drinking. She didn't stop. She didn't slow down. She had drink after drink after drink, all the way up until it was time to leave. She stood up from the bar. She's stumbling a little bit. She smells like alcohol. She makes her way to the parking lot. She has a choice. She has a choice to take a taxi ride home or to get behind the wheel of a car. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see today that she chose to get behind the wheel of a car. She chose to drive home. As she's driving home, she's driving down a dark road. It's a dangerous road. Lots of curves. She's got her hands on the wheel. She's trying to focus, but she's swerving a little bit. She's swerving to the left, and she's swerving back to the right. And as she's driving down this road, it starts to rain. It starts to get really loud in this car. And while this is happening, she's going faster. She's got her foot on the gas, and she just keeps going faster. Until eventually she loses control of that car. She loses control of that car, and she slams into a tree, killing Vanessa Sullivan. And we are here today to decide whether or not what the defendant did that night was driving under the influence of alcohol, and whether or not her actions constitute murder. Now, in order to prove that she was driving under the influence of alcohol, we need to prove to you beyond a reasonable doubt that when she got behind the wheel of that car, she was intoxicated. You're going to hear from several witnesses today, several experts, who are going to talk to you about the alcohol that the defendant drank. They're going to talk to you about the defendant's blood alcohol concentration level. That's the measure that we use to determine how drunk someone actually is. You're going to hear that night the defendant's blood alcohol concentration level was more than twice the legal limit. The second thing that we have to prove to you is that the defendant is guilty of murder. You may be thinking to yourselves that this just sounds like a drinking and driving case. But ladies and gentlemen, what makes this case murder are the defendant's actions. Because that night she acted extremely recklessly. She took a substantial and unjustifiable risk when she got behind the wheel of that car. You're going to hear today that she cannot justify driving drunk. She will not be able to justify driving drunk. Now, we need to prove all this to you beyond a reasonable doubt. It doesn't mean beyond all doubt. It just means that by the end of this trial, we need to have provided you with answers to any reasonable questions that you may have. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do that. We're going to prove to you that the defendant was a designated driver. We're going to prove to you that she drove drunk. We're going to prove to you that she is guilty of murder. Thank you.
Ben?
Yes, Your Honor. May it please the court. Opposing counsel.